Hi guys, and today they are in Berlin, in Germany. We're traveling across Germany because they prepare participating in October tea festival in Berlin, and I had a tea session, special tea session in Sea Space yesterday. Today we have a 6th day of October, and actually we decided today we need to go back to Amsterdam, and we decided to visit some other city. And actually it was not very difficult to choose because we just find out that Hamburg is one of the biggest tea consumption cities, maybe not even if here, but at least in Germany, because if just average consumption of tea around 200 grams across Germany per person per year, but in Hamburg it's 2.5 kilos, so it's more than 10 times more. So it means that there's a lot of tea places and tea shops, and people really drink tea there. And why? So we read some small history brief around what's why, and we find that there's a lot of companies who do blends, who import tea, but we was surprised that if comparing to Berlin, we research and we find out more than 10 pretty good shops with Chinese or Japanese tea, with tea ceremony, porcelain and clay and some beautiful teapots, whatever. So we have some kind of tea culture already established here, and it's of course have a big Asian influence. But in Hamburg, we was surprised that for very first instance, we didn't find. Maybe there of course exists, but we didn't find for very first search Google Maps, for example, any shop with good quality tea, like Chinese or Japanese or tea ceremony, whatever. How we recognize the good quality tea, the natural, without any flavoring and so on. But in Hamburg, as we realized, they mostly present the blended teas, because they mostly import tea from India, and they have historically the business developed around this tea actually. So they import tea from India, Sri Lanka, mostly, not only from there. They have a huge companies who do blends with flavoring, and that's it. And so you see all these, how to say, regular European tea shops around, with a big amount of shops, really a lot of them. But still we decided to go and have a look on it, because it's, at least if it's a tea capital of Germany, we need to visit it at least to have our own experience, and maybe we will find some also good tea shops, how we recognize them, and maybe we just didn't find them for very first search. So now we travel from Berlin to Hamburg. Actually it's only 3 hours and 30 minutes drive, and also because maybe even faster, but today we had a Saturday and a lot of people just go outside of the city. It's very hot summer now in Germany, and not only Germany, like it was 38. It was pretty hot. So we're going to Hamburg. So we finally arrived to Hamburg after 3 hours, a little bit more than 3 hours drive, and yeah, sunny day, and we go to some tea shops. We'll have a look what we can find here. Yeah, if it will be possible, maybe we'll film a little bit just to have some experience about local tea market. Finally, we in the center of the city, on near river Elba, and here we see warehouses, which also was for a long time used for storing and trading tea. And now also some of these buildings still operated by the same companies, so they continue the history. Some already not, but still it's a very scenic view for beautiful brick buildings, which also relates to tea trade a lot. So finally we are in the center of this tea trade place. This close to Waterschloss, water for river, and here is one of the oldest trade companies. And they have a great collection of tea cans, which you really find first impression of the shop. Mostly you feel the smell of aromaticities, but also they have some kind of Chinese teas, even some DC pottery with a local Hamburg stamp on it, which is really funny. For the first time I see, so they have a really long history in tea trade, and it's a pretty crowded place. Even they have like you can drink a tea outside. Maybe we even try. But the most selection here presented, as we already discovered before, the blends of teas, and yeah. So we finally have a menu of local tea cafe, how we can call it, and from the very beginning we see Darjeeling and also some teas, two types, like first flush and Macalbari East, Ceylon tea, green tea from China, Lung Ching. We see oil J's description of Lung Zin tea. Yeah, it's actually because we have really long history this place, so we still use 19th century transcriptions. It's maybe even a benefit. Chinese jasmine tea, green tea from Japan, sencha and gyokura, two types. Oolong tea. We just ordered it, so we will try what is it. I want to have a look. Also some description about Black Dragon and the white tea, which is Paimodan. Also pretty famous and pretty easy to find in Europe. Some big companies from Fujian are supplied to German companies this tea. Also Earl Grey, and some after that we see a lot of flavored blends. Some very different. I'm not a specialist in flavored tea. Some fruit infusions and so on, flavored rooibos tea and so on. Yeah, we will have a look what we will have, but good what we have at least a tea house. There is no coffee at all, only tea. That's good. What I want to say that this shop and cafe itself located on very interesting place. Actually, it's kind of an island. Two channels nearby. Actually, it's very deep because before it was all was warehouses. Yeah, it's used for trade, not only tea, all other products also. All these blocks have names like block 1, block B, by the letters, some letters. Yeah, very scenic place, and I like the architecture of these buildings. So finally we get two teas. Very funny. All the time I just researching how tea is served. So yeah, so it's two pots with the hot water. Yeah, and a special perfect tea timer. Okay, let it be. And we just use it as soon as we infuse the tea. And also special glass. Actually, it's a beer glass, I do believe, and with Japanese green. So it is actually pretty nice smell. And second is oolong. And this oolong, I do believe, it really looks like Pouchon, or maybe even some Taiwanese oolong, but or very low quality. Don't find my ring, I don't know, but still, it's very different fraction. But we will try. Maybe it's tasty. At least it's natural, there are no flavoring. We'll infuse it. Just put it here and we'll have a look. Yeah, how it looks like. And the cheesecake, of course. While tea infusing, we just already eat half of the cake, even more. But here's the gyokura, Japanese green tea. I want to try it first. Pretty good. It's just a mid-range gyokura, not bad at all. And the second one is actually pretty funny oolong. I believe it's something like bouchon from Taiwan. Yeah, it really looks like it, but it's something that you definitely can find in the Chinese market now, because there are some companies which work for centuries with some European companies, and they still doing something for their order, but they don't do it for inner Chinese market. So this is why we see something really weird looking tea here. Yeah, it was written, but it's not Chinese, so it's from Taiwan. So it's not from mainland China, but from, if they written but that it's from China, maybe with a mint that is from mainland, and it's made by order. Still pretty good. I can't say that it's really wonderful, maybe we feel a little bit stronger, but the green tea is definitely good. So we finally found one more tea shop, which is still open at around 7. They now soon will be closed. But yeah, what's interesting that here we can also find not only aromatized teas, but also a good collection of loose leaf tea. We tried them, but this is a good-looking collection from Nepal, China, even from New Zealand. Actually, I was there in New Zealand plantation. Yeah, but no selection of Chinese pottery or Chinese porcelain. Only some Japanese teaware, even for matcha or some Japanese teapots. But also, yeah, other only from European style of tea drinking, like big cups, but no Chinese teaware. And yeah, so this is pretty interesting. And it's pretty common for Germany and for Europe in general. Yeah, good selection of some packaging, cans, beautiful packing bags, whatever. But yeah, no teaware, and so we're not focused on good for China. Still a pretty big shop, and it means that people really drink tea here. We see a lot of customers all the time here. Shop, it's difficult for me to read the name. We just call it tea lounge, degustation. Sorry if it's wrong, but really difficult to read German name. Yeah, so it's actually closed. So this beautiful tea salon just in the center of Hamburg. Yeah, and they have a beautiful book which we present to us, because we are now searching for potential cooperation for our tea factories. Because we have our own tea factory in Georgia and in Thailand, so we now operate not as a reseller or retail shop, but also as a production company. So this is why we can cooperate and work with any retail chain, whatever. We have a chain around 100 something shops across not only even Europe, as I know. Yeah, so yeah, we just get the contacts and we will try to contact them. Pretty good book about some technology of tea, matcha, history of tea. Pretty good edited, and good that I like the company really contribute something to the culture to promote good loose leaf tea, and looks like they really do. So there we see a big Hamburg port, which actually now the main containers and all the shipping go to this port. This is the biggest German hub for international trade, and all tea companies also bring tea to there. Or also they use Dutch ports like Rotterdam, of course, and Belgium, Antwerp. But yeah, of course, Germany is more fit for German companies. It's very beautiful view. There's some new bridge thanks to this beautiful device, so we can travel around the city really fast. Which actually these devices are banned in Netherlands, so we can use it only in Germany. So yeah, we maybe get back to the beautiful city one more time later. Now we have a very short view. Pretty nice to Today is a nice weather all around. It's fresh air, so I like it.